Hello, hello, friends. Happy Sunday. I hope you have had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And I am ready to share the sales with you over this past week. We're actually back down 1.8%. I don't know what's going on with Q4. No idea. It is like a serious roller coaster ride, which eBay always is, but it seems like it's been a little more extreme for me this Q4. Let me know if it has been like that for you as well. So I've been listing like crazy and we have not seen the sales bump just yet. So hopefully we will see that soon. So we've done close to $3,000 this week, and I would like to show you exactly what we have sold that is more kind of mid-range. So between that $20, $40 range, stuff that is going to be a little more common to find. I am going to do a higher dollar what's sold on Wednesday. So if you want to see those really high profit items, make sure you watch out for that Wednesday. But for now, let's go ahead and take a look at some bread and butter items that sold this week on eBay, as well as Poshmark and Merari. Those two platforms have also been performing pretty well, so they are making up for the slack that eBay is giving us. All right, so we will start off on our back door like we always do. You can see, and I'm recording this pretty late, it's almost 6 o'clock. I've been watching football all day, and there was an early Germany game today, so I am doing my videos late. So today we're only at $212, so a little bit slower day. We're at $2,700 for the week, $12,300 for the month, and $36,400 for the last 90 days, which for us is pretty low. So you see the 212, we did 328 yesterday, which is low, 188, 234. We have had 4 slow days in a row. But on Wednesday, we did 574. Tuesday was 509. Monday was 677. So we started off the week really good, and then it kind of petered out and slowed down. So hopefully either later tonight we'll get some more sales, or tomorrow and get that red negative 1.8 back up where it needs to be. So let's go ahead and take a look at 20 on eBay. We'll take a look at 5 on Merari and 4 on Poshmark. First up is one that was listed back in July of 2023. So this one took over a year to sell. This is an antique 1892 patent Whitehead Hogue Handshake bar pen. It was celluloid and copper. This one I accepted a best offer of $19.50. So I sent out half off because I had it over a year. So I'm happy to get that $19. This was in an online jewelry lot and only cost me like $1. So we're still making $15 on this one. And I really didn't think it would be worth much. And I probably could have got that 38 if I had waited for the right buyer. However, I sent half off, and I am happy with that $15 profit after having this for a year. Next up is one that was listed back in March. The Steelers did win today. So football stuff does very, very well during the season. So this is a Pittsburgh Steelers 3D graphic skull Hanes men's t-shirt, size medium, so not like the best of sizes. And this one sold in 6 months. It did sell for a best offer of $18. I only paid $1, so this is another one that's around a $14 profit. And here you can see it's just printed on a Hanes tee. You can see the measurements and good sale. And again, I want to remind you guys, basketball is in season right now. Baseball has just concluded. I still would pick up baseball stuff. Football is in season as well as hockey. So keep your eye out for that sporting stuff. And if you can get it cheap, pick it up. Next up is one that was just listed back in July. So this one took a little over 3 months to sell. This one is Peg Dolls Bowling Game Vintage. I just saw this cute little soldier egg. I didn't realize. So this was supposed to have 10 soldiers and a bowling ball. It only had 7, so it was a partial set. It did sell for a best offer of $17, and I only paid $1 at the thrift store. So another $14 profit. Here you can see the little wooden soldiers. Again, I didn't know what it was, so I didn't know it was missing parts. I do want to show you guys. So our thrift store does write on the items with marker. And in this situation, we just blacked out over it. We have never had any complaints. I get people ask me, but if it's a porous surface like wood, like this one was, it's virtually impossible to get it all the way off. So we just choose to put a black square over it. Up next is one that was just listed in February. So about 8 to 9 months to sell. I feel like it was just February. I have no clue how it is already December, listen, I'm trying to skip forward. I have no clue how it's already November, but it is. This is a set of 2 Jack Daniel's Hello Honey mason jars. I got these in an online estate lot and a bunch of Jack Daniel's collectibles. So I'm only a couple of dollars in. I accepted a best offer of $24.49, making these close to a $20 profit. Now, these are really cute with the honeybees and the honeycombs. This is not something I don't know. I would kind of be on the fence. I probably would pick these up at the thrift store if I thought I could get that $25 point, because they're only 5 inches, so they're not that big and really not that hard to ship. Up next is a Brighton purse. I always pick up Brighton when I see it. This one was listed back in May, so it took about 5 months to sell, and I did accept a best offer of $44.09 on this one. I paid, I believe, $8 for this, so that's going to make it about a $30 profit. Not too long to sell, though. So you can see there were a couple of little spots there on the purse, and this one, though, with the 5 months, I'm okay with it. It does have pin marks on the bottom. With our higher end bags that are worth several hundred, we will attempt to get that pin out. But with one that's under $100, I'm just going to take photos, show it how it is. And again, $30 profit on this one in about 5 months. Next up is one that I really thought would sell faster than it did. This one took a year to sell. This is a Mother Goose ornament. It was Department 56. I thought it would be popular, but it took a year to sell. I accepted a best offer of $20 on it. I am only a couple dollars in, so it's about a $14 profit. But I really thought that this daggum thing was going to sell faster than it did. So you really have to check that sell-through rate. This one was easily identifiable as Department 56. So again, a year to sell and about a $14 profit. Up next is a pair of Callaway men's performance golf shorts. These are a size 36. These were listed back in February, so they took about 8 months to sell. They sold for a best offer on $18, but I only paid $1. And I'm going to talk to you guys after I finish showing this about a group that is absolutely amazing if you want to learn more about clothes. So these Callaway shorts picked up at the thrift store for only $1. You can see the size 36. I can get dollar clothes at multiple thrift stores near me, and these were $1 buy. So I'm having a lot of these $14 profits, but you figure $14 profits is $140. And that $140 over and over definitely adds up. So I'm okay with those $14 profits, especially when they come from dollar buys. All right, I'm going to jump in here and talk to you guys for just a minute about Resellers Edge. That is a group that I am a part of. It is by Kaylee Elaine, and she does only clothing. And I will tell you, her numbers blew mine out of the water. And when I say that, I mean she does like 3 to 4 times the dollar amount that I do. So if I'm making $2,500 this week, she's probably making close to $10,000, and it is all on clothes. So what she has done is start a support group and made an amazing community of information about clothing. She has bolo lists. One of the neatest things is she does accountability calls 3 times a week. They will teach you on a different subject or topic. They have a Facebook group where you can go post if you don't know keywords. I'm horrible at keywords with clothing. Absolutely horrible. I don't know the trends. I don't know the keywords. And Kaylee does. So if you want to incorporate clothing into your business model at all, I will tell you it can be a pain to list, but it is so easy to ship, and there is never a shortage of clothing. That is something you can always find no matter where you go. So if you're interested in joining Resellers Edge group, again, it is a paid group. It is well worth it. You get the bolo list complete with photos and tags. You get the support calls 3 times a week. You get the Facebook group you can post to all the time. They also have little message groups built into that Facebook group. It is just really an enormous resource that is well worth the price. So I'm going to put a code down for you guys. You can get a discount if you want to try it for a month. And if you're not already following Kaylee Elaine on Facebook as well as YouTube, definitely do that. Tons of knowledge on clothing. My clothing knowledge is very limited. So if you want to learn more about that, definitely check Kaylee Elaine out and give Resellers Edge a try for a month. And I think the knowledge you gain from it, you will see is well worth the price for the value. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I'm going to go ahead and get back to what sold. Next up is this Swarovski Orchid. So you can see there's a tiny bit of green on this. So with Swarovski, I tend to look for the pieces that at least have some color to them, but I will buy big Swarovski lots in online auctions. That is where this one came from. So this one was listed back in June. So it took about 3.5, 4 months to sell. It sold for a best offer on $34.29. I am about $5 in. So this one's actually $22 profit. And again, not long to sell. The nice thing, you can see how tiny this is that this had the original box. So when you have the original box, you have the foam. It is very well protected, so it's very easy to ship. But again, look for Swarovski that has some color to it like this. Those tend to be the ones that sell a little better. Next up is a JCrew shirt. I bought this from an online auction. I actually was about $10 in, and this one only sold for a best offer of $25. So this one is right at a $10 profit, and it was new with tags. But some of the other shirts that were in that lot were worth quite a bit more. So $10 profit on this JCrew. I would pick this up if I could get it cheap. I did overpay, but it was in a lot and the other shirts were worth more. So I always list my whole lot as long as they are worth, you know, some sort of value. And $25 is right at that point I want to hit. And this one took about 5 months to sell. Next up is an empty bottle, and this one was just listed back in June, so about 4.5 months to sell. This one is a Balaje by Leonard Paris, black glass vintage perfume bottle. You can see it does say empty, Art Deco. Really cool. You can see on the condition, we also put, please see the bottle is empty. We did not want there to be any question about that. This one sold for full price at $17.49, which is not bad for an empty bottle. Right? This is a really cool black bottle. It has that really neat indentation on it. And I am only a couple dollars in. So this one's about a $13 profit and sold in about 4 months. Next up was a really fast sale. This one was just listed less than a month ago. This is a little radio flyer, and this is model number 7. It sold for $26.99, and I had this forever and just didn't list it. So if you see these cheap, it is a little bit bigger to ship. You do have to be careful with that and make sure you put your right measurements in. But $26, I got it for, I believe, $5. So it is going to be about a $15 profit, but it sold in under a month. Up next is another one that took a year. This one was listed in November of 2023, but I only paid $1 and it sold for full price of $24.49. So $20 profit on this hat, even though it took a year. I love hats. I will buy lots of hats. You can see the foam and the condition of this one was absolutely excellent. And it's just a Beatty Chevrolet, a local Chevrolet dealership advertising. But $20 profit, but again, some of the hats that are not branded and not like a sports team or anything like that can take longer to sell. Up next is another one that took a year. So we, you know, it's kind of a double-edged sword. I'm happy to see it go, but it sucks we had this stuff so long, right? So this is a vintage sterling silver Victorian female profile inlay marcasite hat bow brooch. This one sold for $28.07. I sent out an offer of 10% more off than the 40, and I only paid $5. So this one is an $18 profit, but again, it took a year to sell. This is not branded. I tried to keyword it best I could with Victorian female profile, but it took a year to sell. So with your unbranded items, your unbranded jewelry, some will sell very, very fast, but others will take longer, like this one. Next up is a Time and True. This is a Walmart brand, and this one was listed back in January, so it took 10 months to sell. Sold for $15. I only paid $1. It is about an $11 profit. This is one that was in a closet lot that I got, and when stuff was worth that $15 to $20 point, I listed it. So here you can see, again, Time and True is a Walmart brand, but Walmart brands will sell. A lot of people like them. Just make sure to check the sell-through rate because, again, it was a longer time to sell. So if you don't have room, this is something that I would pass on. Next up was a very, very fast sale. This is a Southwest Native American sign Navajo little silhouette pottery vase, 3 inches. This one sold in 2 days for $22.50. That is a 10% offer I sent out. I paid $2 at the thrift store, so it's about a $15 profit, but it's teeny-tiny. It is the cutest little vase, and I love my Southwestern stuff, and this is definitely something I would pick up again. Next up is another football item. This is a Russell Athletic FAMU Rattlers extra large orange polo shirt logo stripes. I did put football, sold for full price at $24.99. I paid $1. This is a dollar thrift store find. This is about a $20 profit. Size extra large, great size. You can see the measurements there, excellent condition. Telling you again, pick up that football gear. Next up is another fast seller. This is a pair of Hurley men's Phantom board shorts, USA flag, size 30. These sold for a best offer I sent out of $17.50. They were just listed a month and a half ago. Got them for $1. They are about a $15 profit. Sold very, very fast. Watch for Hurley. It is kind of a mid-range brand for me, but I have done very well selling it, especially when you have a really, really great pattern like this one. Up next are 2 sales I was extremely proud of, and I will tell you that both of these were in my last video over on Catch Treasure Hunting. So I picked them up for 50 cents each with the intention of lotting them up exactly like I did. So I paid 50 cents each. 50 cents each. I'm $2.50 in. They sold for $29.99 in under a week, making them over a $20 profit. These are small. They will not be hard to ship. You can see I just lotted up the different colors and a very, very fast sale. So when you see stuff, don't just think about individual, but think about stuff that you can lot up. All right, same deal on these, but this is only 4 that sold for 30. So a little bit over that $20 point. Again, I paid 50 cents a piece. I'm $2 in. They sold in under a week. Beautiful, beautiful little votive holders. And I bought them with the intention of lotting them up, and they sold very, very fast. All right, next up is and this is actually the last for eBay, and then we're going to hop on over to see some amazing Mercari and Poshmark sales. This is a 1970s vintage National Shirt Shop acrylic holiday sweater. So my research video this Friday is going to blow your mind on high dollar Christmas sweaters. Just wait until you see. Wait until you see it. So this one was listed back in January. So it took 10 months to sell, sold for $27.99, full asking price. I picked it up for $1, and this is about a $22 profit. So Do not skip on the sweaters, especially ugly Christmas sweaters. Make sure you keep an eye out for that video on Friday. And this one was a great sale, great profit, but it did take a little bit longer to sell. All right, moving over to Merari. The first one is one of my favorite things, and that is Kokopelli's. This is a dancing Kokopelli 2-foot by 3-foot rug, Southwestern throw accent, bedroom kitchen decor, sold for $34.99. I am $5 in, making it a $30 profit because there are no fees on Merari. You can see the Kokopelli's here. This is just a little doormat. It was made in India, and this one was listed back in July, so it took about 4 months to sell. Up next was a really fast sale. If you have not seen my video on high dollar plush, definitely something you want to check out. This one was just listed at the very end of September, so it sold in just over a month. It sold for $20, picked it up at the thrift store for $1, making it a $19 profit with no fees. Just a Disney store plush. This one is not vintage. It is a newer one, and amazing profit and very fast on this poo. All right, you guys cannot give me crap for my Tervis tumblers anymore. I'm just kidding. I sold this one for $14. This is a Lily Pulitzer Flamingo. It says, give me some leg. I accepted a best offer of $14. It was just listed back in October, not even a month ago. But there are no fees on Merari. So I will accept lower offers on Merari because of that. Sold for $14. I paid $1.50 at the thrift store, making it a $12.50 profit. So really, really cute cup here and good profit on this one. Up next is another really fast sale. This is a set of 2 Better Homes and Gardens red gingerbread towels. They are not vintage. I picked these up for $1 each at the thrift store. So $2 in, they sold for $17, $15 profit, just listed 2 weeks ago. When I find matching little Christmas towels, I pick them up, and I historically have done very, very well with these. You can see they say Better Home, not vintage, and still sold very, very fast. Up next was another really, really fast sale. I got this in a lot, and I tried to clean it up. I'm going to show you guys, but it was listed less than a week ago. I got an offer of $40, and with no fees, I accepted it. So it's a Dooney & Bourke red patent leather, and I'm going to see if I can show you guys here. It had these black spots that we just could not get rid of. And here, you can see it here. We made sure to point those out, and they just would not come off. So I'm happy with that $40 sale. I'm about $10 in, so it's a $30 profit. All right, now we are moving over to Poshmark, and we have another football item. This is a Notre Dame Fighting Irish zip-up hoodie, size XXL, another dollar thrift store find. Payout was $14 on this. Posh does have one of the higher fees. We made a $13 profit because I only paid $1. So this is simply a Notre Dame XXL hoodie. That is all this one is. And amazing sale. I am happy with it. It sold very fast. It is only a $13 profit, but very easy to list and ship. Up next is another really, really fast sale. This is a multicolor crystal candy shaped bag. It was by Olay, really no name brand. We bought out a luxury purse lot, and then there were some non-luxury items like this in there. So really cost neglectable because I bought for the higher dollar item. So this one was a $25 payout. It sold in under a week though. And this, I think, was more with the keywords and just showing it was cute. It did come with extra rhinestones so that if any fall off, they can replace them. Very, very fast sale. And this is like a mass-produced item, so I'm happy with the profit. Next up is my Gators. Vintage UF Windbreaker, University of Florida, size large, varsity style. This one was a $22 payout. This is another one I found at the dollar rack. So $20 profit on this one. Sold in about 3 or 4 months. This one did take a little bit longer. Super cool. I wish I could have fit in this. I definitely would have kept it. Really, really neat piece. And again, that football stuff is definitely selling. The last item for today is this vintage Rialto jewelry box, brown tortoiseshell lucite. I accepted a best offer of $42. This one, the payout was $35. We paid $8. So it is about a $28 profit. And here you can see this one was so cool with that avocado green felt. Really, really nice jewelry box. And this one sold very, very fast and under a month as well. All right, that was everything. I hope you have enjoyed. I hope you've had a wonderful weekend. Here is wishing you to a really, really great week. I hope you have a ton of sales. I look forward to seeing you on Tuesday night on our weekly podcast. Come bring your questions live every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And also watch out Wednesday for that high dollar sales video.